Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley thanking you for your viewership on Brinks TV, Reach TV, and your membership on Wiley's World YouTube. We got Friday swag our way right here. This thing is straight hot off the press. Actually, it's kind of cold and been in my basement, but same thing, same book, and it's gonna be yours, one of you Wiley World's members on Friday swag away. But I'm gonna get right into it with what's up with that dude. Oh, let me tell you what's up with that dude. Had me a day yesterday, so I went to the homie's house and I had to go there in a professional manner because I was doing his show, his podcast, Sebastian Maniscalco's Daddy versus Doctor, with my other homie, Scott Cohen. Scott Cohen. So that was fun. We spent an hour plus just talking about raising our kids and family life and our principles and values. And obviously we all got different backgrounds and different approaches. And knowing them personally, but also doing the show, it was just hilarious for us all to kind of put that together and make some gumbo out of it. So look forward for you guys to see that episode. Have no idea when it's coming out, especially when it's the homie. He ain't gonna tell you. It's just gonna drop and I'll find out that way. So other than that, got on the call or two with a few former players, NFL players, in partnership with my foundation. We're building us a network out here to connect all of us who are into giving. So want to just take our mindsets and our charitable efforts to the next level. So why not use my peer group, right? Those guys who have those young muscles who are on the football field doing amazing things. And I think right now, everyone's doing their thing on these different islands. I would love to connect those islands and make it a mainland. We'll keep going. After that, my kids were burnt yesterday. These camps, I mean, it's funny because they get out of school and they're like, oh, vacation, iPad, kicking it. And then they got to go to camp because parents are like, hell no, you ain't running around this house for 8-10 hours. You going to keep your structure, right? So then the kids, they get hip to it real fast. Like, all right, we going to camp, but it's a fun camp, but it ain't school, so I'm okay with it. And then it hits them like, yo, they are wearing us out at this camp. Like summer camp counselors, they've been waiting for this moment and they wear these kids out. So my son, he knew he had Taekwondo last night and he gets in the car. When you're a parent, you just can read your kids. And I'm giggling. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to go home and then we chill for a second, Taekwondo. And I looked in the rearview mirror. He like this, oh, dog, dad. And I'm like, what's wrong? I want him to explain it. I actually was picking him up thinking we're going to tap out of Taekwondo today. We'll pick it up next week or so once you get your bearings in the summer. But he was just like, oh, Dad. I said, explain yourself. I always say this, use your words. So he started to use his words and he explained it. I said, why don't you want to go? I wanted to make sure we weren't robbing the word commitment in respecting that, hey, I'm a 7-year-old dog, I'm not in the Army, and I don't have a black belt, not yet. But I want him to make sure that he's still committed to something, but it's okay if you take a break from it and charge your batteries. That was cool. We had our normal time. We just went swimming. It's hot as hell out here in LA right now. And I went to bed, not hungry, but I just wanted to eat. Y'all ever been there? Like you walking past the kitchen, you like, all right, the stairs right there or the bedroom right there, I can hit it. But what's that right there? That's the pantry and the fridge and the stove. And then I start looking, and once you take that lap in there, you coming out with something, right? I went in there and got 2 of them big boy Frank's hot dogs, hooked it up traditional style, which is just mustard, just ketchup, and just relish. Hooked it up, a little bread. I didn't even have no hot dog buns. I shouldn't have been in there. I had 2 pieces of bread, folded it up, destroyed it. Woke up with the fat belly, so now I'm chunked up, carb loaded. All right, y'all. Speaking of chunked up, because of all the rings he's accumulating, Chiefs Travis Kelce is okay being underpaid, says, I love winning. So we know he is, the baller, tight end, Mr. Swag himself, Travis Kelce, admits he thinks about how much money or more money he could be making if he pressed the gas on his contract. But ultimately, winning is more important to him. So he did a profile of Vanity Fair, one of those huge articles, and he says, my managers and agents love to tell me how underpaid I am. So last offseason, you watched his teammate, remember his former teammate Tyreek Hill, force his way out of Kansas City and get his contract demands met. in Miami. So the receiver was traded to the Dolphins, 4 years, 120, which included $72.2 million guaranteed. He said, when I saw Tyreek go get that $30 million a year, back of my head, he lied. It wasn't the back of his head, it was the front of his head. I was like, man, that's 2 to 3 times what I'm making right now. I'm like, the free market looks like fun until you go somewhere and you don't win. I love winning. I love the situation I'm in. Okay, so Kelce's making $11.25 million this year, ranked 52nd among all NFL players. For a tight end, doesn't sound that bad, except he ain't just a tight end. He's Travis Kelce, and he's third behind George Kittle and Darren Waller in terms of how much he makes annually. Okay, so we see some problems here right now, right? So he admits he thinks about his contract situation. He thinks about how much more money he can be making everywhere. He says it punches him in the gut a little bit, makes you think you're being taken advantage of. Oh, starting to get stronger with our words right here. I don't know if I really press the gas if I could get what I'm quote unquote worth, but I know I enjoy coming to that building every single day. All right, I ain't gonna bore y'all with his stats. Y'all know how great he is. You know how great the team is. They won 2 of the last 4 Super Bowls. But I want you guys to listen to Travis Kelce and listen to the game, the mind rigging, the messed up part about playing pro sports at the highest level and achieving the ultimate goal of winning. This is what the owners, this is what the media has done in partnership to run this game on players. Let's talk about it. It's a sad state of affairs when the players are sitting there as employees to media and ownership as partners. You know why? Because the media has now gone out there and did the work for the owners of saying it's all about championships. And then you fans have taken the bait. So y'all make these players get reduced down to how many championships you have. Follow me here. So to win a championship in these leagues, especially with the hard salary cap, and then we got NFL there, basketball's now going there, etc. Oh, it takes a sacrifice to win it all, doesn't it? And to win it all, and then you take that sacrifice means you got to get a haircut. And that's why the teams with the highest payrolls in the salary cap sports are the ones who typically don't win championships. But if you want to win that chip, you got to give up something. So Tom Brady obviously is the poster child of that. Tom Brady, best quarterback in the game for many a years. Oh, but you can't make the most money. Why? Because you won't give yourself the best chance to win. Do y'all see this rigging right here? Who doesn't take a haircut? The media. Who doesn't take a haircut? The owner. No one's taking haircuts to win this championship except us as the players. So is Kelce underpaid? Hell yeah. Should he go somewhere and get his money? If he were me, hell yeah. But he's going to have a greater legacy and story based on what the fans are going to say, based on what the media will say about him, based on the ownership love. But what will he have to show for that? A lot less money. Shannon Sharpe told me, the only thing that matters in football are M&Ms. And I was like, candy? He was like, nah, money and memories. Looks like Kelce gonna get the memories. I think he deserves a little more money. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh man, Dominique Foxworth says that about Hard Knocks, that you're a garbage coach if you don't want your team on Hard Knocks and can't deal with it as a distraction. Interesting. Let's talk through that next, because I agree with him somewhat, but not all the way. Let's talk through it next on Never Shut Up on Brings TV and Reach TV. Bang, bang. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcel Swally. Thanking you for the love. Brings TV, Reads TV, YouTube, Wiley's World members. And one of you members is going to get Marcellus Wiley, Never Shut Up. That's me. And Magic Johnson said something about me. Really nice. You know what he said? Let me do it in my magic voice. Marcellus is a model. That ain't my magic voice. Okay, let me do my Bruce Smith voice. What a great, he always says, First time I met him, I was like, what's up, Bruce Smith? How you doing? He said, I said, man. And he ain't stopped saying, that is my dog. That is my football father, as I call him. Now let's talk about one of the homies from our football days, Dominique Foxworth, who says, quote unquote, you're a garbage coach if Hard Knocks is a distraction. Let's talk through this because much has been made about this year's preseason version of Hard Knocks and the aversion, I'm good. I'm pumping the brakes on Hard Knocks. Seems like every team league-wide is. And the teams are looking at it for different reasons, and none of them seem to be positive. So in particular, we're going to focus in on these New York Jets. Can't say Jets without giving respect to Fireman Ed. J-E-T-S, ha, ha, ha. Still the best chant in pro football. Best chant is Florida State. Do, do. What are they saying? I don't know. I hope it ain't disrespectful, but do. That sucker there get me hyped every time. Okay. And the best scene in sports is the whiteout Penn State. Hope y'all agree with me. If not, let's go at it in the comments. All right, so everything became crystal clear this week as an NFL source says the New York Jets are bracing, Floyd shoulder rolling, getting ready to get hit because they're going to be forced to do the show. All right, so then head coach Robert Saleh chimed in with his thoughts on his squad starring in the series, and he says, quote, I know there are several teams that would love for Hard Knocks to be in their building. Drums? We're just not one of them. That's what he like, nah, B. But he said it. I got to give him respect. He said it kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of laughing like, look, whatever. I ain't tripping. But you know what? I ain't asking for it either. That's the spirit in which he said it. So that led a lot of people, especially those in sports media, to offer their general opinions on the Jets and Hard Knocks. And many are saying the Jets on Hard Knocks will be great TV. I wonder why. One is the Jets. So they're like the little brother team in New York, but it's still New York. So you're a little brother in the biggest market. Interesting. The little engine that could, but it hasn't yet, right? Who wouldn't want to see that? And then a cherry on top called Aaron Rodgers is in the building. First time outside of a Packers uniform leading this team that we all see the talent. And for a minute last year, we were like, yo, the Jets going to be all right. But they couldn't figure out the quarterback situation. They figured that out now. So ESPN's Dominique Foxworth was a bit more blunt, as Cypress Hill will say, not blunt, in his assessment and critical of the idea of Hard Knocks being a distraction. Foxworth never appeared on Hard Knocks, so this is not talking from his experience during his career, 2005 through 2011, but he advocated on First Take that teams like the Jets should Nike. What is Nike? Just do it. He says, quote, what is training camp for if not to prepare for the regular season? So why not already expose yourself in a low-stakes situation? Expose Aaron Rodgers to all of this attention. You're going to get it. It's just going to be 5 to 10 extra cameras. It's not that challenging. Now, it's interesting that you got to expose Aaron Rodgers to attention. I think that sucker has already been used to some attention. But he continues and says, the idea that somehow Hard Knocks is a distraction, you're a garbage coach if some cameras showing up is going to distract your team from getting any better. Strong point right there. And if it is a distraction, fine. Let's prepare for how we're going to deal with distractions in the regular season. Look at the boy. Woo, he boomeranging this concept. He hitting it from all angles. Let's practice that now when we're just playing preseason games. I've never known anyone great to say, let me see if I can find the easiest way to do this, especially when you're working out. You don't put 10-pound weights on the bench press because it's lighter. You put the heavy weights on so you can get stronger and get better. Anyone who thinks that there's some sort of distraction about Hard Knocks, That's foolishness. Now, let me make a joke before I get into this for real, because, you know, I used to be that guy too. You know how much I used to bench press, y'all? For real? Anybody guess in the comments right now? Yep, 495 pounds. Shut up. I hear you already. How come you couldn't do 500? How come you couldn't do 100, fool? Let me stop. All right, so look, when you have 495, 5 pounds is like 5,000 pounds, because you like, God, you think I ain't tried for 500? I digress. Here's the thing. I went to a Pilates class, and you know, you go to yoga class, and they got these yoga sculpting classes now. And the most you can put on, or most weight you can grab is like a 7.5 pounder. Sometimes they got a 10 pounder there, whatever. You ever work out with just a 10 pounder? All your minor muscles, all those little baby muscles that are forgotten about for 48 years are like, yo, what the hell is this? And then all your major muscles like, I told you it's hard. And all I wanted to do is point out that 10 pounds can whip your butt if you're doing it the right way. All right, let's get into this story. Dominique is absolutely right. If cameras are your problem, you don't stand a chance on the field. Like if your opponent in your head is Sony or Nikon or whatever, Canon, and it ain't the other team with a different color jersey on, you're going to have big problems. I kind of been through this before. Now, I've never been on Hard Knocks, but, you know, reality TV shows where they invade your life and then they're like, yo, how are you going to live? I don't know when I've done that, but I've done that before. And so the point is, dude, like, dog, live your life. Do you live your life outwards in or inward out? I think it's a distraction for those who are consumed in their behavior based on what's around them. But I'm not built that way. Are you built that way? Where it's like I wake up, first thing I do, I'm supposed to brush my teeth, but I don't. I grab my phone like everybody else, right? Grab my phone, then I'm on my phone. Then I say, all right, it's time to get out of bed. Now it's time to brush my teeth. Nope, go to the bathroom. After I go to the bathroom, okay, brush your teeth. Nope, now I brush my teeth. About to go check on some stuff downstairs. Feed the kids. Still got the stanky breath. Point being, I'm living my life. Now, if there's a camera there, all of a sudden I'm going to brush my teeth first. Man, look, I ain't tripping on y'all judgment like that. And if the Jets are tripping off our preseason judgment, they don't stand a chance, as Dominique said, in the regular season or potentially the postseason. So to me, it's really telling those who want this or don't. Few more cameras around, gives a damn. I still ain't brushing my teeth. That's how you got to look at it if you're the Jets. Just go out there and ball. Who cares and how many people are really filming it? Coming up next on Never Shut Up, oh man, Stan Verrett and Neil Everett are no more, which asks a greater question. Were they the last great Sports Center duo? Are we done with Sports Center? Are they done with duos? Where does Sports Center fit in our world nowadays? It's a different world, right? Let's talk through that next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. Bang, bang. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcel Swally. Thanking you for the love. Every day I'm going to do it now on Brinks TV, Reach TV, YouTube, Wally's World. One of you guys are going to win this. He's going to win a Marcellus Wiley Never Shut Up best-selling book with all the gems of the journey and how to navigate through all your circumstances. Man, that's lofty. All right, let's talk about this right now. Where Stan Verrett and Neil Everett are gone as Sports Center duos, right? They're gone. Now it's just Stan Verrett there because Neil Everett obviously was not renewed. So this is a really poetic way of saying it, so I'm going to give it to you guys factually. When anchor Lee Leonard, y'all remember Lee Leonard? Me either, but it was in 1979 when ESPN for the first time had Sports Center on, and he said, Sports Center will be a big part of our future. In 1979, well, truer words have hardly ever been spoken. Sports Center singularly defines the show in the history of televised sports for us in terms of highlights. It became a brand in itself for highlights. Like, you know how they say, oh, I want to Xerox something? No, what you really mean, you want to copy something. But Xerox took over the copy machines so much, they became the brand. Highlights weren't even highlights. We didn't even say it. Like, we just said Sports Center. That's how big it was. Almost as well known as ESPN itself. So it served generations of sports fans with highlights, news, and much, much more. Now, a large piece of the history of Sports Center has been the anchors that have graced the desk and delivered the highlights. We know who they are. We're talking about Chris Berman, Robin Roberts, Charlie Steiner, Linda Cohn, Craig Kilborn, Lindsey Czarniak, Scott Van Pelt, many, much more. They've defined what Sports Center has been. But the iconic duos look a little different. Let's talk about it. Dan Patrick with Keith Olbermann. Rich Eisen with Stuart Scott. Boy, Neil Everett and Stan Verrett. Oh, man. It used to be a day, dog. You will go out there and ball, and as much as you won the ball to make some more money and make that honey look at you, that pretty girl say, ooh, Marcellus a baller. It was nothing greater than to be on Sports Center. I mean, I'm just not going to lie to y'all, dog. We were like geeked up. Yes. And your face is on there. Goodness, you couldn't tell me nothing. Let me stop. If I did that and that, it's a wrap. Okay, so we know that Everett and Verrett didn't immediately enter that rare air with those other names, but it just seemed like it got better and better with time. So what's interesting about this is Sports Center is not the same right now. Let's just be real about it. It's not the same in terms of impact like it had in 93, like it did in 03 when I was playing, or 2013. It's not even the same. Why? We already seen the damn highlight. Like, dog, I am not waiting up out here. I think it's 9 o'clock. Oh, what you doing? Put the kids to bed? All right, go pour me a strong one, a stiff one, go hydrate. Turn on Van Pelt. Man, everything he gonna say I already heard about, it felt like. Or somebody done group text me, or I done been on the gram and synced it, right? So the point is, I seen the highlight. I seen the score. I know who won, especially if it's my team. So what's the draw now of Sports Center? The personalities. What's the draw of Sports Center now? The duos, the relationship that they have with each other, the duo, and that they have with us, the viewer. But if there's no duo relationship, and if it's just a one-off, and it's just like, who's this? And I swear, I watch Sports Center now, I'm like, who that? Who that? I mean, I know Sage Steele, you know, I know a few of the big names, you know, Jay Harris, but I'm like, who that? Like, who that? And you can just, it's almost like an audition now for somebody who just came out of college who can read the prompter well. And I'm like, good for you, but that ain't my connection. That ain't old reliable. I used to go to Yee's Chinese food, not because it was the best Chinese food in the world. It's because I've been going there for 30 years. It's old reliable. I know what it is. And if I take somebody new there, they be like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, it's Yee's. It's connected to me in my childhood. Now I don't feel that connection when I watch Sports Center. Can't lie to y'all, but I wonder what you guys really feel about this, because Everett's riding off to the sunset. So I want to know, what's the most iconic Sports Center duo ever? Who y'all got as y'all #1 duo? Just give it to me in the comments. Let's talk through that. Man, I'm going to miss Sports Center because Scott Van Pelt's still there, but he by himself. That's the point. Where the duos go? Coming up next on Never Shut Up. Oh, it's time for that Wildest World. And we're going to funk up some comments. Ooh, I'm glad I said it the right way. Courtney doesn't like it when I go the other way either. So let's talk through that next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV and Reach TV. I'm telling y'all, Yee's bangs, but it's closed now. because not enough people connected with it, I guess. I don't know. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Thanks for the love, for real. Brinks TV, Reach TV, Wiley's World YouTube members. Y'all can get one of these. Marcellus Wiley, the life opinions and the unexpected adventures of an NFL outlier. God dang. Off a cover, that's how I'm talking. I know y'all open that book like, be prepared. It is an amazing book, not just because it's about an amazing person, your boy. But let's talk about this right now. It's time to funk up some comments. And I'm loving funk up some comments because y'all crazy out there. And I know I'm crazy, so it just feels good to know that I'm amongst friends when I read your responses to these stories and to my commentary on them. So let's start off with the Kevin Durant versus Jason McIntyre issue, beef, whatever you want to call it. Here's one from my man Wilson Matt. I hate reading those names and numbers. Wilson Matt 781 says crazy people are mad at Durant, but it's okay with a lame dude for releasing DMs. Y'all are just as lame. I ain't gonna lie, I don't call anybody lame like that because I'm lame too if he lame, but I know what you're saying. It is hella lame what he did. I don't call him lame, but what he did was hella lame. Like releasing DMs to just make a story out of it, kind of crazy. All right, let's get to some of these members out here. Jeremiah Taylor J, who says, laugh out loud. Yo, I love Jason McIntyre. That's my dude for real, 100. Okay, let me just say one thing about it. He may be your dude, but you made me doubt he's your dude. I'm gonna tell you why. You said for real. I would have been fine with it then. Then you said, nah, for real. And I was like, okay, I believed you the first time. And then you said for real, 100. That lets me know that you are in the minority of wherever you are saying right now. But yeah, Jason McIntyre got a gang of fans. Nobody's saying he doesn't. Here's the last one. He says, Marcellus Wiley, you are the worst. Stop being so freaking relevant. Oh, sarcasm here. Stop saying good, positive stuff. KD is human, but he's that dude material. It's like comparing a house painter to Da Vinci or Botticelli. Yes, all human, but really, I'm no peon. But you and KD are on a different echelon, and we appreciate you. I see what he's trying to say there, but echelon, what the hell is that? You ever been to a funeral? It's 6 feet for everybody, dog. You know, like, I just can't buy into that because I know it's BS. Want to know why I know it's BS? Because there was a day where someone thought less of me. You from Compton. Oh, you just a black dude from Compton. You must be some gangster, some thug, whatever the hell all those lazy narratives are. Then all of a sudden, you're kissing my butt everywhere I go because I'm in the NFL. You think I don't recognize the real from the fake? I never was as low as you thought I was, and I'm not as high as you acting like I am now. So that's why you ain't no peon, and that's why I'm not on some upper echelon. Sorry, I had to get real on you. All right, so let's go to Sage Steele and her lawyer who blasts ESPN. Okay, so somebody wrote, my man Frank A, who writes a lot. That's my dog. I love Frank A, 7720. Okay, my counter offer, $1.01 million and a free pass to all Disney properties, and all is forgiven. You stupid. Hell no. I don't want no damn free tickets to no damn Disney resorts. That ain't even gonna add up to $1 million no matter how often you use them. He being silly, I get it. Yeah, so here's another one. A settlement offer, especially one that's not particularly large, isn't an admission of guilt. Offers aren't even admissible in court for that reason. Settlements are encouraged to happen so that the court system and everyone's time isn't wasted. Thank you, Garfield. Double G. Somebody gets it. Ain't nobody over here talking about what I did and didn't do. I'm just trying to get you out my way at the least amount of cost and time spent. Damn, y'all don't get this? That's why, you know, when Jerry Jones settled some cases and, you know, people were like, oh, Jerry did it, Jerry did it. I remember then I was like, I don't know what he did, but I know he got enough money to not be dealing with this. So here you go. You want Deshaun Watson, $100,000. The first alleged victim wanted. He didn't write the check. I know his agent. I told Acho, told everybody. I was like, yo, he need to write that check, get this out the way so nobody knows about it. He didn't write a $100,000 check. Guess what happens? Dominoes start to fall. Then he got up to 40-some cases. Who knows how many millions he done spent and reputation gone forever. For life. Legacy tainted. Off $100,000? Who knows if you did it or not? I don't know. But I know $100,000, I would have acted like I did to get this out my face. All right, let's get to Travis Kelce. Podcasting is hardest job in the world. Yeah, that's what he said. But Jackaroo caught it. Jackaroo says, any job you could do in your pajamas isn't the hardest job in the world. He ain't never lied, dog. Like, right now, I ain't in my pajamas, but let's just say your boy got on some shorts. Look at this. Let me get, you can't see. Hold on, let me show you. I ain't tripping. Look at this. Look at this. Twerk time. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. I ain't dressing up for this, and it ain't that hard either. Like playing football hard as hell. Like LL Cool J is hard as hell. Other than that, man, he was just basically saying, look, I'm over here using muscles in my body and my brain that I haven't used to this extent before, because you got to keep going with this content thing. Ain't no just one done. You know, ain't no play one game and then rest a week. Not in the content space. You got to keep it going. All right, a couple more. A little love for the show. Love the show, dog. It's my new must-listen to show every day. Keep hitting us with the What's Up with That Dude. People love What's Up with That Dude, and I'm going to keep doing it because it's just, they say it humanizes me, but dog, that's what I actually did. like I'm going to just tell y'all my day, and I hope we can connect because I don't want people to always think I'm here for some commentary. No, I'm here to connect with y'all even more. And the last one is from Corey Thompson. You're going to hit 100,000 subscriptions soon. I'm really happy for you, Wiley. Your Wileyisms has brought you far in this game of life. That's love. Appreciate you. It is on my horizon right now. It's in my mindset right now to do that. I got to go get that 100,000. My goal is to get it before the NFL season starts, and I think I am. I'm on track to do it, but I just started this show. We did it like a couple of times in January, but we really launched a daily show in February. So when football stopped, I started. And this offseason, what'd you do this offseason, Wiley? You got swole? Yeah, 100,000 deep plus in subscribers, man. So much love to you guys. Let's get that done before the NFL season starts. All right, y'all, let's get into some Wiley's World with a Hall of Fame member. My man Adrian is in the building. Let's talk to Adrian over here. He's shaking his head. He must got he got him a good question right here. Unmute before you start blasting at me, big dog, and let's do it.
Okay, so will you give us some insight on how do guaranteed contracts work? So with guaranteed money, is that up front, or do you get it at a certain time, or are there conditions? If you get injured, what happens then? Do you still get paid for the games that you missed when you injured, or is there some kind of clause or hidden conditions for that?
Yeah, great point. There are layers to it. Like, all guaranteed contracts are not created equal. You know why? Because you hear of an NBA guaranteed contract and you're like, that ain't an NFL guaranteed contract. Because what have there been? 3 NFL players with guaranteed contracts? Maybe a couple more, but the point being Kirk Cousins, I think, has like 2 of them. A guaranteed contract is very difficult to get in football. 1, because of the violence of the sport. 2, because of the strength of the NFL and the advantage it had over its labor union years ago. They're trying to close the gap, but who wants to give up that leverage? And 3, it's the fact that even if you get a guaranteed contract, there are so many injury provisions, more so in the NFL than there are in basketball. So You don't get it all in one day. Like, why? It's pretty obvious, but let me give it to you simpler. If I'm an owner and I give you $100 million guaranteed, my goal is to have that in a fund, have that invested where I can now make interest off of that while I still have to allocate you $100 million over 7 years. So I'm going to now have more than $100 million in this fund, which is going to pay you $100 million even. But if you got it all in that day, that owner takes a $100 million hit without the potential of trying to cushion it with investments as well. So I got my first deal, and my salary, my signing bonus was in installments. And you can hear it if you dive into the details or go on that website, SpotRack or SportRack, whatever it is, they break down. You can start seeing guarantees, but then they'll show you when they're getting paid, and it's usually over time. What else you got for me, Adrian?
Okay. What is your favorite Ice Cube album, and why or why not is it The Predator?
Man, I'm about to curse. Ooh, man. Okay, here we go. I just got asked this on a different podcast the other day. The Predator wasn't my favorite Ice Cube album because I don't know if it was real or not, but I had started to feel he was going down the hill. It was just maybe the narrative, but I remembered at the time I was like, ooh, we need a good one from Cube, where before that album, I never thought about it like that. Like, first of all, Ice Cube with NWA, Stop Playing. First album, insane, straight out of Compton. Then they make an album without Cube, which was actually amazing, which made me think, damn, Cube, I thought you were more valuable than that. But then he came out with America's Most Wanted. I was like, oh, God, he's insane, too. Then they go and do their thing. They breaking up over there. They trying to do stuff, 100 Miles and Running, EPs and stuff. Cube hit him with another one. Come up with Death Certificate, Lethal Injection. Oh, I'm like, oh, God, he ain't stopping. Kill that Wheel. I'm like, oh, Cube is just. And then there was a moment I was like, all right, I love Predator, but it was the lightest love I've ever had for Ice Cube. So that's why it wasn't. First of all, it ain't America's Most, and it certainly ain't Death Certificate. So basically, he became a prisoner of his own success. He did so much at this level that when he dropped maybe just one notch or so, it just wasn't adding up to that top level. Damn, Adrian, good question.
I got you. That was my first album, period.
Your first rap album ever was The Predator?
Yep.
God, you are young. Are you kidding me? My first rap album ever, I would have to say was, it's weird because Run DMC was out, LL was out, Eric B. and Rakim, the first album that I remember purchasing. Everything else was kind of like bootleg. I had friends from New York that would come out here and you would listen to K-Day and get songs here and there. But I was young and I wasn't going to the store. So it was around that Run DMC era, but the first one that hit me, that changed me, was like LL and them. But let me give you this quick story. So, all right, so I'm a 10-year-old, whatever, 11 years old, and we get to go to a concert. Guess who was in concert? It was Run DMC, Houdini, LL Cool J, and a special guest. We get to the concert, Long Beach. I'm 10, 11, and I'm sitting there with my sister. We broke, so we ain't got the best seats, but we can see the stage, and I'm looking. And the first group that comes out, they pull back the curtains, and 3 white dudes on skateboards start going around in circles. And everybody looking like, who bum rushed the stage? Like, somebody streaking on the stage. Like, what the hell is this? 3 white, this is 1986, 85 or whatever. Like, dog, you didn't know any white rappers, right? So I was like, what the hell? And they went like this, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? And we like, ain't nobody doing nothing. Well, who are y'all? And they said, okay, we want y'all to rock with us for 2 songs. And then the DJ went, hold it now, hold it now, hold it now. Hit it, and it was Beastie Boys. So we like, that was pretty good. But now it's the first time anybody ever heard of them in the West Coast. So I'm like, because I'm a music fan, rap fanatic. I'm like, that was dope. But I was like, all right, what else they gonna do? And that sucker looked around and said, now here's a little story. And Paul Revere came on, and I ain't gonna lie to you, 20,000 gang members was just out there just rocking like, this was the best song we ever heard in our life. So that was my moment. Then LL Cool J came on. I'm gonna give you the quick. LL came on, curtains is black, whole stadium black. And then he said, box. And then the curtains opened up. And then he said, my radio. And he was standing on a 10, 20-foot radio. And all the lights were blasting out. And he was like, my radio, believe me, I like it. We were like, he goes off. Does all the songs. Then Houdini comes on. And they rocking Friends. All that. They killing it. And then the gangsters had too long of a break. Between Houdini and Run DMC, Crips, Bloods, essays start fighting, throwing fire extinguishers off the third tier. Riot. Ran out, couldn't find my family because it's just my sister and I. Ain't no cell phones. I'm 10 years old. Couldn't find my family. I'm running past people getting knocked out, seeing people just lay on the ground. Running past people, they getting stabbed. Thankfully, I don't think anybody got shot, but I think people died. Point being, they stopped having rap concerts in LA, I think, for at least 5 years or so after that riot right there. So I took that damn question and ran with it because you got me into my zone. But appreciate you, Adrian, man. Please come back on very soon, like tomorrow. I love your questions, big dog. That's love, man. Oh, man, he got me hyped. All right, let's get into it right now, man. We got my man Mikey P in the building. You know he got those questions extraordinaire. Mikey P, what it do, baby? Talk to your boy.
All right, I got a good one for you today. Going back to the NBA, all right? Sixers forward Tobias Harris. You already know he's been the center of trade talks in Philly for a number of years, but this year he's got an expiring contract. So he had an uh-oh comment towards Sixers fans, all right? You ready for this?
Yeah,
trade speculation, you know, casual Sixers fans, they'll trade me for a crumble cookie. But at the end of the day, they have to realize you're not getting a 6'9" forward back who can, you know, damn near shoot 40% from three, guard other team's best players, shoot, post up, drive, and play 70-plus games a year. So my question for you is he underappreciated in Philly and in the NBA? And do you think he will be traded this offseason?
Yeah, great question, man. I mean, look, he got a rare skill set. He pointed it out better than I could. 6'9" that could defend, 3-and-D dude, stop playing. Like, that is the rare air in terms of physical dynamics. That's the type of player they're looking for, hard to find. Give you an example. Everyone's talking about Bronny James, and he may be great, may make it to the NBA, definitely will. Whatever you want to think of him, he's a 3-and-D player that is only 6'3". And that's the hurt on his resume. The bad of his resume is if he were 6'6", Trevor Ariza style. If he were 6'9", Tobias Harris style. Oh, we got a spot for him on any roster. So just giving you guys perspective. Point being, Tobias Harris is not only underappreciated, but underutilized. Think about Tobias Harris. Gets the big deal, goes there, and is balling. Then all of a sudden, Embiid takes off, right? They got Embiid, they're balling. You know that. You with them. And then at the same time, Ben Simmons, you're working with him, and you're like, I don't know about him. But in priority, it's Embiid, it's Simmons, and then it's Tobias. Then get rid of Simmons, bring in Harden, and it's still somebody else in front of you on top of Embiid. So he's like, okay, if y'all only want third fiddle out of me, I'm just going to go defend the other guy, you know, be one of those statless all-stars in that respect, and not get love. I just think that when he's somebody where you need him to be the man, or maybe you're number two, no problems at all with Tobias Harris. It's when you got him at number 3, but then you see the big contract and the big expectations, what do you expect him to do? He can't supersede what Embiid does, or certainly James Harden.
Yeah, don't forget, they had that hot minute where he was number 4 in the pecking order when they had Jimmy Butler there. So this man has sacrificed for the team, and he's being weighed against that max contract, unfortunately. But you do see the rare skill set. So I do wonder what he could do with a larger role. I don't know if we're ever going to see it, though, because his father actually came out. He made a comment this week. He was like, he needs to be used more as an assassin scorer, and he's not being used right, similar to what you just said. So
yeah,
we'll
nice
have
guy
to see how that develops.
No,
Yeah,
we're not.
we'll
Nobody
see
cares
how
about
it develops.
Tobias Harris. Nobody. You just the Philly and you coming out with these loaded ass questions. Nobody. I saw that. That didn't even make Sports Center or anything. It was like this. Tobias Harris says, and I was like, oh, okay, I caught that. I know you love. Philly,
That was
so I knew
big
it
time on
coming in.
social. It was big time on
Go on.
social, especially because of the crumble cookie thing. Crumble cookie was getting some hate, but
Here's another one, Mikey. I don't know what crumble cookie is. You got to help me.
neither do I.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I was
Neither
like,
do
what is
I.
crumble cookie?
I had to
Sweet,
look
man.
it up, and I still don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Is that it for Mikey P right now? We good?
Yeah, I'll let you sign off, big dog.
Oh, that's love, man. All right, let's crumble cookie Mikey P. Go and then crumble cookie me. Man, I thought he was about to clown me again like last time because I didn't know what those Swedish fish were. But Mikey P don't know what crumble cookies is. So we both don't know. All right, y'all. Y'all know how we finish every show. We finish it with a Wiley-ism. Y'all ready? It's going to hit y'all in the head, y'all. This is going to get you. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. What'd you say, Marcellus? I just hit y'all. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. Man, that's how you die by 1,000 paper cuts, doubting yourself. I went and spoke to some kids the other day, and I was telling them, I believe in you. And I know it just went over their heads or they just eye roll, like, whatever, dog. You just here for some other reason, but you don't know me to believe in me. And I said, but the only way that I could be overruled in believing in you, because my presence shows you I'm here because I believe in you. The only way I could be overruled is if you overrule me, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe in yourself. And that's when I got those kids to actually respond and connect. You think I'm just doing this? You think I'm just out here? So when someone comes at you with an opportunity, someone comes at you with love, somebody comes at you and just says, hey, I'm blessed to be with you. It's based on how you feel about it, how you believe it, right? Because if you doubt it, then they can't give you the gift. Then you can't get what that moment has to offer for you. Because doubt will kill the dream. You can have this amazing dream, literally, physically, envision it. Oh, I'm going to do it. But if you open your eyes and start doubting it, you're just letting all that water out that tub. And then sooner or later, you're going to be sitting there dry talking about, oh, man, see what happened? I can't do any of this. Oh, no, you didn't fail. You doubted yourself out of the conversation, out of the win in that moment. So you got to remember, you got to be your biggest cheerleader between here. You can't doubt yourself. And when you do, fight the doubt because it's going to keep coming. But you got to be victorious over it. I always say that confidence is just a management of doubt. So how confident are you? Go to war with that doubt. Don't let it come in there and kill your dreams because that's what it loves to do. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. Throw up the X. Where Dez Bryant at, damn it? Throw up the X. He should get paid every time somebody do this. That's the world I want to live in. I want to live in that metaverse. That's $100, $200, $300 for Dez Bryant, man. Love for you guys out there. Appreciate the love. Brings TV, Reach TV. And that's Wiley's World. YouTube members, get this Marcellus Wiley swag away on Friday. The book is coming to you guys. Love you. See you in those comments. Bang. Yay, yay.